Blinky or solid? That's the big question. The time changed this week because of daylight savings, and so it's a lot darker on the evening commute, which brings me back to that eternal cycling question. Do you like your lights blinking or solid? That guy's a solid. That guy's blinky. I mean, on one hand, you think blinky makes you more visible because you stand out to motorists, right? And that could be true. Blinky, solid. But on the other hand, when you're passing by other cyclists, like if two cyclists are passing on a pathway, a blinking light is totally blinding. It drives the other cyclist crazy. It drives me crazy. Solid. Comes one. Solid on the front, solid on the back. The other question too is, should it be different on the front and the back? Should you have blinky on the front, solid in the back? Or solid on the back, blinky in the front? I don't know. None at all, not a great option. There's lots of debates about how bright your light should be too. And my take on that is like, it doesn't really matter how bright your light is, as long as it's bright enough to be seen, as long as you point it downwards. I mean, there's no standards for these kinds of things. Like in a car, you know, there's rules about how your lights should be arranged, but there's nothing like that for bikes. So what I would say to people is like, make your bright as light as you feel comfortable, but make sure you direct it at the pavement in front of you, not directly into the eyes of people passing by. So what's the answer? What are you supposed to do? Beats me. Here's what I do in the meantime. Can't decide between blinking and solid? Well, maybe the answer is one of each. There we go. One blinking and one solid on the front. And on the back, one solid and one blinking. It's like the UN of bike lighting. You satisfy everybody. Yeah, if you think bike lighting begins and ends at blinking or solid, you haven't been on Kickstarter recently, you know, on that crowdfunding site that like half of the products out there are bike lights. It seems like everybody has a way of improving bike lights, which is cool. It makes it fun. There's lots of cool products out there, including this one I wanted to show you. So this is a light by a company called Beryl. And on one level, it's just pretty good. Pretty solid. It's bright, right? It's a pretty good bike light. It's got blinking and solid modes, but it does have this other cool thing, which, see that? It's green, but it's not just a green light. Watch this. When you point it at the ground, see this green light? Look at that. It's like a DIY bike lane. Yeah, so this thing goes on your handlebars. It's actually got a pretty good little clasp here. And you turn on the light, and then when you're riding on the street, you also turn on the green light. And let me show you. Let me go for a ride with you. I'll show you what happened. What do you think? I don't know. Is this like a bike light that everybody should have, or is it kind of a gimmick? I mean, I'm not sure how many motorists actually see this thing, this light, this bike symbol being broadcast in front of me. Mostly what I've noticed is that pedestrians walking by me kind of give it a funny look. So does it keep me safer? Nah, I don't know, but I kind of like riding with it. I mean, I like the idea of a bike lane rolling out in front of me wherever I am. So I'm going to keep using it. I like it. So I just want to show you one more example of sort of the fun, easy ways you can make yourself more visible at night using lights. So here it is. I don't know if you can see this. It's a little blinking light that is supposed to go onto the valves of your tire, and they're motion activated. So as soon as they move, they light up. Now I had these on the valves of my tire, but they kept letting air out, so that's weird. So I ended up just duct taping it onto the wheel of my tire. And what's cool about them is how they light up. I don't know if you can see that or not. So these things cost like $2 from the dollar store, and they actually work pretty well. I mean, they've been on there for a long time, and they're still lighting up. They're LEDs, they last forever, and as you roll, it lights up your whole wheel. So it's almost like an easy way to keep your bike visible from the side. So it's really easy to outfit your bike and keep yourself visible. Lights are super cheap. You can go cheap ones, you can go more expensive ones. You've got all kinds of new ideas to try. You've got these spoke lights. You get all kinds of different spoke lights, even ones that have cool designs, make little pictures in your wheels as you roll. So there's really no reason to not stay lit up at night. As for the old debate about blinking or solid, I'm going with one of each. Just make sure you're well lit. That's the message. Make sure you're well lit. Anyway, hope that helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.